Hello, children. Well, today I wanted to come and talk to you about something very important. I've had a few experiences with young people, people in general, where they will speak without thinking. I have a system that I've always used for many years, and I've taught it to my children and I've taught it to my grandchildren. And I tell my children to take your words through a filter: the mind, heart, then speaking spirit. So you do your mind, your heart, and then you speak before you let words come out of your mouth. My grandson can do it for you. I'll say, Drew, how do you do this? How do you speak? And he'll say, first, think it in your mind, and then put it in your heart, and then let the words come from your mouth. If you do this three mind, heart, and then speak method, if you do this filtering method, you can speak with a lot more confidence. It takes a little bit of practice, but you can also speak in a way that you can think about what you're saying before you speak it. Some people say that, there's an old saying, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will not hurt me. Well, that's not true. Words can be very, very hurtful. Words can be irrevocably harmful. They can cause a lot of pain. It can cause a lot of heartache. And sometimes people just speak without thinking. So you got to learn how to speak be, with a filter. You have to use a filter before you speak. So when words are coming out of your mouth, first, place those words in your mind. Think about them. Are these words thoughtful? Are these words going to be helpful? Are these words going to do any damage before you speak them? And then you filter it through your heart. Will these words be spoken with love? Will these words be spoken with kindness? Are these words spoken with the idea of helping someone? And if you feel a little twinge in your heart that says, hold up, that's your heart telling you, wait a minute, hold on. You may need to hold on to those words. You send it through there. And then if the words feel good in your heart, you put it in your heart, and and your heart is saying, yes, yes. Then you can speak them from your mouth. A lot of people think that this thing is the thing that they need to use all the time. They say words and they let them fall out of their mouths without even giving it one thought. And they end up doing things and saying things that cause, it can be the end of a relationship sometimes. It can be the end of a job sometimes. It can be the end of a blessing sometimes when you let words just fall out of your mouth. This thing needs a filter. It needs a filter. So you use the mind, heart, speak method. The mind, heart, speech method. So you first, if you're going to say something, place it in that mind. Think about it. Think about it first. Place it in your heart. And then let it come out of this mouth last. Last. It doesn't need to come out of your mouth until you have filtered what you're going to say. That's very, very important for you to do, because so many of us think that words don't hurt. So many of us think that we can retract our words. Sometimes you can. If you're dealing with a person that is a forgiving person, I'm the kind of person that, as I've told you all before, to be slow to anger and quick to forgive. So if you're dealing with a person that is slow to anger and quick to forgive, that person might forgive your words. That person might let your words slide. But some people are very, very sensitive, and words cut them to the core. You never know. Some people might have grown up in a household where words were hitting hard and cutting. And they grew up with words that were damaging to their entire being. And they grew up dealing with things that they're dealing with this very day because of the words that were spoken into their being when they were children. It's so important to speak your words carefully, especially when you're dealing with children. Especially and when you think about how damaging words can be to a child, it will make you want to have a filter. The words you speak to a child are so important. So you need to filter them. And this method, this mind, heart, and then speaking method can pause you, give you a chance to think first before the words come out of your mouth. I'm sure some of you can think of a time right now that you said something you're like, oh, I wish I hadn't said that. If you practice this method, then you won't say it before you think about it. It doesn't take a long time. When you practice it and learn it, it goes quickly. Mind, heart, speak. Mind, heart, speak. Tell yourself that. Mind, heart, speak. The words don't come out unless they filter through the mind, the heart, and then speak. There's a 3-point system, a filtering system. You know, what is a filter for? What is a filter for? When you put a filter on your faucet and you're trying to get what? Clean water. You want to filter out all the debris and all the trash and all the junk. And you want the good stuff to go in your cup so that you can drink the good stuff. The same thing when you let words come out of your mouth. Filter those words so you can get rid of the junk and the debris and all that filthy stuff that could be coming out of your mouth. Don't open up your mouth and speak until you filter those things that you're speaking, especially when it comes to dealing with children, any relationship. I mean, really, any relationship that you're dealing with, because you can destroy relationships. You can destroy homes by what comes out of your mouth. Think first. Think about whether or not the words you speak would be words that you would love to have spoken to you. Think about whether or not the words you speak are words that are coming from a place of love. If you know that those words are not coming from a place of love, keep those words to yourself. Keep them. Don't let this thing open. Cover it up if you have to. Don't let it open until you filter it through your mind, through your heart, and then speak. That's Mama Palm's system. That's what I do. I always filter my words. There's a 3-part system before you speak. Filtering it through your mind, then taking it through your heart, and then letting it come out of your mouth. Don't let things come out of your mouth like regurgitation. No control. They're just spewing out all the junk that comes out. Nothing's filtered. I tell you, one of the things that you can do to just repair relationships, to grow relationships, and to be better at a relationship is to learn how to filter yourself, to learn how to communicate. And there may be, sometimes you may have some harsh things to say, but you can still filter those things. Sometimes you might have some things that are difficult to say. It doesn't mean that you can't have difficult conversations. It means that you still need to filter those conversations and speak them as if you were having them spoken to you. So I want you to remember, use Mama Palm's system. It's a 3-part system. Mind. Anytime you have something to say, first think. Think about it. If you have to step aside sometimes and just think about that. And then send it through your heart. How does it feel? Does it feel like something that I would want spoken to me? Does it feel like something that's coming from a place of love? And if it does, speak. If it doesn't, hold your peace. Hold your words. Learn how to use that system. It'll work for you in many, many ways, and it'll help you. I hope you'll do that. I love you all, and so it is.